Now we'll see the working of real power versus frequency and reactive power versus voltage control loops, and these two loops are being incorporated with the generator in the generating station. Now we'll see the working of these two loops individually. Let us start with the working of AVR loop, and for achieving this AVR loop the required blocks are potential transformer, rectifier and filter, comparator, error amplifier, exciter. Now the generator is just generating the power, and that the terminal voltage is being stepped up using step up transformer available in the indoor switchyard, and it is being connected with the transmission network. Now we are having that potential transformer is being connected in the indoor switchyard, and it is sensing the generator terminal voltage, and that sensed terminal voltage will be rectified using rectifier, and that rectifier voltage will be containing some AC ripple. In order to remove those AC ripples from the rectifier output, we are using filter circuit, and after filter we are getting the modulus of V as the output, and this will be compared with the reference voltage using comparator block, and the output of the comparator block is treated as the error signal, and this error signal is very low in magnitude. In order to boost up those magnitude, we are using voltage amplifier, and the output of the amplifier, that is error amplifier, is given to the input of excited, and this excited at last is going to give a excitation supply to the field winding of alternator. And now we are controlling the generator terminal voltage by adjusting the input to the field winding of the alternator. It means we are adjusting the field current in order to have a control on the terminal voltage. This is how AVR control loops work. Now we'll see the working of load frequency control. Generally we are having three types of load frequency control: primary, secondary and tertiary control. In this we are going to look into very first two controls, that is the primary and secondary load frequency controls. The difference between these two control loops are, in primary control loops we are going to adjust the speed in order to adjust the frequency by maintaining the power balance. That is, we have to match the power demand with the power generation, and whereas in secondary control loop we are going to adjust the frequency, that is, we are going to make fine tuning of the frequency, and also it is responsible for the power interchange between the other network, that is it is responsible for the flow of power in the tie line. And for achieving the primary load frequency control loop, we are in need of speed changer, speed governor, hydraulic amplifier, control valve and turbine. Now we'll consider that we are having some increase in the load connected to the power system, and for the increased load demand we have to increase the power generation, and for increasing the power generation we have to increase the mechanical input to the generator, and for increasing the mechanical input we have to increase the steam or idle input coming into the turbine, and for the increase in steam or idle input to the turbine, the speed changer is going to give a power setting reference command. That is, we are increasing the input so that it will give the rise command to the entire network, and because of that rise command, what will happen is the speed of the turbine will get increased, and because of that speed, we all know in AC system the speed is directly proportional to frequency. So due to increase in speed, the frequency is going to get increased. Thereby we are changing the frequency by maintaining a balance in the power system. If you are having reduction in the power load is connected to the power system, we have to reduce the power generation, and for reducing the power generation we have to reduce the mechanical input, and for reducing the mechanical input we have to reduce the input of the turbine, and to reduce the input, that is, we have to control the valve, we are going to give a command signal as lower command. So it means that lower command in the sense it is going to have a control on the valve, and due to that control on the valve it is going to reduce the input coming into the turbine. Thereby we are having the reduction in the speed of the shaft. If the speed reduced, obviously the frequency will get reduced, and thereby we are having a change in frequency by maintaining the power balance. This is how the primary load frequency control loop works. And the response time of this primary load frequency control is will be within a second. So we can call this primary load frequency control loop as a faster loop while comparing to secondary load frequency control loop. Whereas in secondary low frequency control loop, we are going to have a fine adjustment in the frequency, and for that we are going to have a frequency sensor in the network, and this frequency sensor is going to compare with the reference frequency, and this reference frequency will be given as input to the integrator. With the help of this integrator, again we are going to have a control on frequency. And also we are having the tie line power control, and the response time of secondary load frequency control loop will be in minutes, so that we are calling that secondary load frequency control loop as the slower secondary load frequency control loop. This is how the load frequency control loop works. These two control loops focus mainly on the strong coupling between these four parameters, in which AVR focuses mainly on the strong coupling between reactive power and voltage, and whereas load frequency control focuses mainly on the strong coupling between real power and frequency. And these both control loops are not fully non-interacting. There is some little cross coupling between these two basic control loops, because the AVR is having control on induced EMF in the generator, thereby it affects the power generation at the terminal of the generator. So without having the intervention of load frequency control in the power generation, we are having the changes in the power generation due to the variation in the induced EMF caused by the AVR. That we are having the cross coupling between these basic control loops. That's why we are calling that there is also an cross coupling between real power and voltage. Anyhow, the response of the load frequency control is more while comparing to the response time of the AVR control loop, because in AVR we are having electronic blocks, and whereas in load frequency control we are having mechanical blocks. So